Hello stampers and crafters, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's project is this one. How adorable is this card? So I'm going to show you exactly how to make it. We're going to be using the Turtley Awesome bundle from the Turtley Cute Suite from Stampin' Up! So if you want to see how to make this card, please keep watching. So our card is pretty simple. I love it. We're only using 2 stamps from the Turtley Awesome bundle, which is a part of the Turtley Cute Suite from Stampin' Up! So the suite has the bundle, these beautiful shades of green hexagons, where we're going to be using some of those, the Turtle Textures embossing folders, which I'm using here, the Turtley Cute designer series paper, which has so many designs. I've been cutting into it and using so much. It is a 12 by 12 paper. I do cut mine down to 6 by 6. And then also the bordered ribbon, which is shaded spruce and soft seafoam. It's reversible. How adorable is that? So our card is fairly simple. I do have other cards on my blog, sassypapercrafts.com. I have this really cool fun fold on there from Monday, and then this sweet friend card from Wednesday. So if you want to see those, head over to sassypapercrafts.com, and those are there. So for our card, we're going to need our card base. So I went with shaded spruce. Again, we're only using 2 stamps. I wanted to use the It's Okay to Take It Slow, and then this little turtle here who looks like he's fallen over, he's on his back, or, you know, maybe he's just hanging out, he's relaxing. Either way, I wanted to use that guy. So I have a piece of scrap paper. Let me burnish this. That always bothers me when it sits up like that, drives me nuts. So burnish it so it sits flat. Just put that to the side for now. Let's stamp our little turtle first. So we're going to need some Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and then our turtle stamp. And you can use whatever turtle you want here. You can even use a flower, or if you don't have this set, it's totally okay to switch it up. Use the layout if you'd like. I'm going to make sure I got this good and inked up. My Memento ink pad has been weird lately, so I want to make sure everything looks good, and it sure does. So now I have a few Stampin Blends. I love Stampin Blends. These are alcohol-based markers. They come in combo packs. So I have 3 combo packs here. I have Shaded Spruce, Granny Apple Green, and Daffodil Delight, which my Daffodil Delights, I think I need new ones because they're being goofy. We're going to start with these just because there's not a lot of Daffodil Delight, but my brush tip ends are being weird. So we're going to use the pen tip end, and I'm going to color in his little toenails. And this is the dark one. You can use light, you can use Lemon Lolly if you don't have Daffodil Delight, or Darling Duckling, which is, I don't know if Darling Duckling comes in a blend though, now that I say it out loud. I'll have to look and post it. I'm just going to color in, this is the dark, I'm going to color in a little bit like in the middle along some of the sides, because I'm going to, oh, I did green for that. I was supposed to color the belly. That's all right. We can cover it up. Again, my brush tip end is being weird. So let's go back in with this one. That Shaded Spruce or Granny Apple Green will definitely cover up the Daffodil Delight. So it will be fine. It might look a little funky, but it'll be okay. And I do love to color. It's just quite relaxing for me. Tell me in the comments, are you a colorer? All right, now we'll go in with the dark Granny, yeah, that's light. We'll go in with the dark Granny Apple Green, and I will try to fix that. See, and it's covering up quite well. And if you get outside the lines, it's fine. The blends, I feel like, are very forgiving. So I'm going to go in with some of this with the light, just because I want a little bit of like a dimension. I don't know. I'm not an artist. I always say that. I don't know like the terms for shading and light and all that, but I know I want them to be a little bit different. So I'm going to go in to some of them with the light and see that yellow is completely gone. So now I'm going to go in with the dark, maybe the light. Let's try the light first. It's always easier to make things dark. We're going to go with the shaded spruce, and I'm just going to color in his shell. And they do make a color lifter if like you really want to be particular and go over and lift up some of the color. It works quite well. But I always feel like, you know what, it's a handmade card, so sometimes there's little oopsies, and most of the time you're the only one that knows they're there. So I'm just filling in a little bit of this with the dark, and then I'm gonna go back over it with the light shaded spruce. And then we're gonna take that granny apple green and go over his body. And again, I am going outside the lines a little, but you know what? It's fine. So let's go in now with the dark granny apple green. And I like to do like some of the little areas that would be darker, like his neck there. And then we can go over it with the light. I always like to do faces in the lightest color possible because you don't want to like wash out the expression or the face. And I'm just blending that. After all, they are blends. So that looks good to me. So like a little bit different, but the same. So now I'm going to take the die. Where did I put? I just had, there he is. From the Totally Awesome dies. And this has a bunch of fun ones, but we're just going to use this guy here. But there's also a cake. You can stamp a little watering can, a hat, an apron, all kinds of stuff, a banjo. Love this. Super cute. But I'm just going to die cut this guy, and then we can put our card together. So I've die cut our little turtle, and while I was at it, I also embossed our panel of Granny Apple Green. This is 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have all our pieces here for our card. I'm going to stamp. We have one more thing to stamp, our sentiment here. And I have some shaded spruce. And I put it up kind of in the right-hand corner there. And ink it up. Right there. It's a little bit higher, but that's fine. And that is it for stamping. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. And then we can take our liquid glue or Stampin' Seal, whatever you have. I'm going to use liquid glue. And put it on our shaded spruce piece, which is 1/8 of an inch larger. So that measures, this is the shaded spruce is 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. So that means the basic weight is 2 1/2 by 4. Nope, by 3 3/4, not by 4. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals. Oh, I forgot to get big dimensionals out, so I only have the little ones. That's okay. I'm going to cut the edges of my mini dimensionals here. We'll use that for this panel. I always use what I call the skeleton. Because I mean, they're sticky on both sides. You might as well use them too, and nobody's going to know. Oh, we got to put down our designer series paper. So this is a part of the Turtly Cute designer series paper. And this measures 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. I'm just going to put a little liquid glue on that. And all the way over on that left side. And I like the liquid glue for this because it gives you a second. And it's just slightly larger only because when you emboss cardstock, it does shrink just a tad bit. So it does overhang a little bit, but you can't really tell. So I'm going to put this in, or this on. And don't forget your inside. So I always keep some basic white cut at 5 1/4 by 4 just on my desk for the insides of my cards. Now you can decorate this. You can put a little turtle. You could put some designer series paper. I'm just leaving that blank. And before we put this down, I do want a little piece of ribbon. So I just kind of eyeball it and cut. And I like to take seal and put it, stick it to that. That's my little trick. So I'm just going to put it on the seal, wrap it around. It might be a little long, but that's all right. And then we can put that right in the middle. And then a couple mini dimensionals for our turtle. Normally I would use larger ones, but I guess that's perfect for his head. Get these out of the way. I swear I have dimensional backings all over my house. And I just kind of had him sit. You don't want to cover up your sentiment, but I kind of have him sit on the words a little. And then I have some of the shades of green hexagons. I'm just going to grab my take your pick tool, and there are Granny Apple Green Pool Party, Soft Sea Foam, and Shaded Spruce ones. So you can use whichever ones. I'm going to go with the Granny Apple Green ones just because I like them. Just kind of stick them down. And that is our card. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me. I want to thank you so much for watching. Again, you can find more turtly awesome, turtly cute cards on my blog, sassypapercrafts.com. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.